Now join me as we go a little further around the British Isles, and we're together en route to Scotland now. Ben to Glen and back again. It's my 9th birthday. I unwrap a gift, a book, Hardy Boys, The Secret Agent on Flight 101. It's my first in this series, a bit of a challenge to read some words new to me. I thought, for example, a jalopy was a fancy car. I wasn't fond of Aunt Gertrude. And when the boy's father, Fenton Hardy, flew on a mission to northwest Scotland, to the Hebrides, I believe he was going to a place called the Hebrides, pronounced obviously like He-Man. Regardless, I spent the rest of my childhood and beyond reading all the Hardy Boys mysteries. I even got the Hardy Boys Detective Handbook, an invaluable resource to a boy solving cases around home and school, as one does. But it was that first read, Flight 101, and the allure of those rugged, mystical islands off the coast of Scotland that remained a memory resonating with the allure of adventure. Now I'm here in the actual Hebrides. The pronunciation's changed, but the place still has me excited as a 9-year-old. Now, as I say, trekking around most of this northern hemisphere where the Vikings came and went and this and that, basically, they went a lot further than a lot of people realize. Mikey would know a lot of this. Through the Mediterranean, all the way over to Turkey, touching on Asia, and then north, obviously, all across all of Europe, British Isles, and then Scandinavia, and I traveled onwards to Iceland and Greenland and Newfoundland. And then, again, back to the notion of Viking really representing voyaging. I took a little artistic license and carried on with the modern-day Norse explorer Thor Heyerdahl around the Pacific. That was the fellow that sailed to Kon-Tiki and some other wonderful modern-day adventures. Rita would know all of those tracks, I'm sure. So here we are together in the Pacific. A small plane from a remote terminal hauls me north to Haida Gwaii, prehistoric land, old-growth rainforest, and Haida First Nations, fitting to my Viking trail. We finished our Norse Britain excursion in the Hebrides, like Fenton Hardy, going from Edinburgh to Lindisfarne, and my dad's hometown. Like research, my travel now following hunches and side streets, a voyage as pointedly vague as that of every explorer. I exit the little plane, a ragtag collection of locals and wanderers, gathering packs and duffels. I'm driven to my rental car, and a bald eagle circles low, directly overhead. When you see an eagle, you know this is a special place. And I decide I don't want to find my accommodation, not just yet. There's too much to see. So, let me share with you some words that were inspired beyond that coastal path exploration, still circling around the British Isles. And imagine, if you will, it's a dark, miserable night, like all nights in March, perhaps, in England. And it's very dark, very early, and I'm on my way to a very fun sort of a guitar circle jam session. I'm going to hang out with my mentor and teacher. His name is Pete Giles, and his stage name was Bobby Whatnot, and he played punk rock in London in the 80s. So we hang out, and a couple of individuals with some guitars and a bottle of wine, a couple of mates for a very good evening. But I realized I got a little extra time to get there, and instead of taking the road to his studio, I crossed this beach. In England, it's called Porthmeor Beach. And it's very close to Land's End. Beyond Land's End are the Isles of Scilly, that used to be joined to the mainland of England. And so from Druidic times, they would take folks to bury them there. And there's still a lot of standing stones and burial barrows. And the land there still is steeped in history, from the Stone Age right through bronze, iron. And there's a lot of Arthurian legend. A place called Tintagel, a castle, is still there. Norman ruins on ancient Cornish ruins. And if ever there was someone that was considered to be King Arthur, it was probably there. There's these ruins from the 6th century, heir to the throne of England. So I'm going to share this one with you from that evening, that stormy night, that hike on my way to Guitar Circle. Porthmeor rock and roll. Crossing sandy shoreline, joining pincer points of land, a rocky crab claw grasping at Atlantic. Limpets, whelks, and cuttlefish bone litter wave-camped shore with discs of slate like Lilliputian blackboards. Sun sets some time ago, and I shuffle through the black, angled slope of beach, my guide, and line of breaking waves. Something different in their sound, this evening somehow new, a noise like throwing countless dice at walls in shadowed lanes. each rising surge of water tumbling on the shore. Tonight is spinning fist-sized rocks like Stone Age chorus lines, rows of Neolithic dancers kicking with the tide, their score of the roar of wind and wave, their band to sea and shore. These walking rocks, this rolling stroll, their sound surrounds me all around. Somewhere a Bronze Age man, my age, smiles at the symmetry. More land was near when he was here. Sea was lower, far away, what we'd call Lyonesse with time. Where Guinevere was lost, the Lancelot, besought with Gwen, beseeched his men for freedom, ran across the sand from Camelot, beyond the end of land. Where Percival and every knight was finally at rest. Each wayward, haggard wanderer lay down in Scilly's burrows, a dusty chalice boxed and stored in someone's attic. Finally at peace, like you, like me, and all we see or long to be.